Mrs. Lorena Dela.
Hello, candidate number one. Here is
Hello,
my
ma'am.
question. Urban development often comes into conflict with environmental preservation. How can the city strike a balance between growth and protecting its natural resources?
Thank you. I strongly believe that urban decay in itself is inevitable, but we can achieve growth by first having discipline. If we are disciplined, we can achieve anything, and that it is so important that we actually engage not only the residents but also the tourists in practicing or implementing revitalizing policies. I think we can continue to grow by preserving and protecting what we have while still acknowledging that we are in an evolving, innovating world. I strongly believe that it is important and evident that we work together, maximize our efforts, combine our strengths, and collaborate together so that we can make the possible, we can make the impossible possible. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate number one. Takeaways, discipline, and collaboration.
Yes, you had a very elaborate answer.
Up next is
Candidate number 15.
candidate number 15.
Please take a judge.
Once again, Mrs. Lorena Dela.
Good evening, candidate number 15.
Good evening, everyone.
Our question is, if you are able to leave a message in a time capsule meant to be uncovered and seen 100 years from now by future residents of Baguio, what message would you leave?
If I were to leave a message in the time capsule, it will be always be responsible because it is the most important value that we, as a citizen of Baguio and as a citizen of the Philippines, the country should have possessed. Because this is the start of the great difference that the world needs. And I thank you.
Thank you, candidate number 15.
Now let's call on candidate number 11.
Mr. Anthony De Leon.
Candidate number 11.
Good evening, sir.
Our question for you tonight. Baguio is the first UNESCO creative city in the country. If you were to win the title of Miss Baguio, what projects would you propose further foster and nurture the city's creative spirit so we can retain and sustain the prestigious designation?
Focus on the youth. Not, I believe that we really should invest in the youth, not just because they are our future leaders, policy makers, or even other things, but the user belief. And if we instill responsibility and pride at this youth, we are able to create a city we can all be proud of. If the youth are able to really do this in the future, Baguio can remain a sanctuary for the mind, body, and spirit. And we can show the world that we are a UNESCO creative city and we are more than just a destination, but we are a home to people where we celebrate diversity and inclusivity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate.
Now call on candidate number 12.
The judge that you picked is Mrs. Arlene Magalong.
I just think, good evening, ma'am. Dealing requires stepping out of one's comfort zone. Can you share an instance where you took a bold step forward, even when it felt intimidating, and the positive outcome that resulted?
To tell you a background about myself, I recently had my father. My father had recently passed away. He was my safe zone. That he is my partner in crime, and he has been someone who is advising me through life lessons. That when he passed away, I felt like I had to give up everything that I want to pursue in life. But then again, I see the people who wants to support me, the people who wants to push me through my limits and go out to my own safe zone. That is why I am standing here in front of you today, rallying to become your next Miss Baguio. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate number 12. Now let's call on candidate number 7. You picked the same judge, Mrs. Arlene Magalong.
My question is, the youth, said to be hope of our future, often have innovative ideas. How do you think can Baguio's local government create channels for young voices to be heard and contribute to the city's development?
We all know that one of the issues of Baguio City is the urban decay. And I believe that we should bring youth or young people to our government who understand innovation, urban decay, or sustainability, because I believe that youth speaks for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate number 7. We have candidate number 16.
You picked judge number 5, Ma'am Joyce Orenia.
My question is, failure is often a part of the journey to success. Could you share an experience where you faced failure and how you used it to fuel your personal growth and aspirations?
A recent failure that I've experienced was my last pageant competition. My first experience was I was able to penetrate top 10, and that gave me confidence. My second experience wasn't as successful because I wasn't able to get to the top 5. And what that experience made me is to join Miss Baguio, because I gained confidence during my first experience. My second experience taught me humility, and my third experience will give me my first crown. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you, candidate number 16.
Now we have candidate number 9. You picked the same judge, judge number 5.
If you have the chance and the means to bring and tour around the city someone who has never visited Baguio, how would you make him or her fall in love with the city's charm in a single day?
As the youngest of the candidates, I'm still standing here today. I want I want tourists to come to Baguio to experience the serenity of this place, to reset your mind and body, to forgive yourself and just breathe. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate number 9. I forgive myself also. And I'd like to take a breather before we call on our next candidate.
Candidate number 18. And of course,
Semi-finalist.
our last judge to ask a question is
I think it's
Mr.
Sir
Sir
Anthony
De Leon.
Good evening, candidate number 18.
Good evening, sir.
Your question is, the digital age offers both opportunities and challenges. How do you plan to maintain a healthy balance between your online presence and your personal well-being?
In this 21st century, we are facing some major problems which must be confronted if we are to survive. And some of these issues have been with us some time now, but we are still in need of a solution. And in order to balance that is to always think before you click. You always think what are the consequences of your actions. Because at the end of the day, climbing several updates to reach a high pitch of purpose that life has to offer, you will become worthy not for who you are, not even for what you have, but instead it is on what you have contributed to others' lives and what they have become because of you. And this can also be applied in using social media. And I thank you.
Thank you, candidate number 18.
Thank you, candidate number 18. For a while there, I thought she was doing my job.
And there you have
There
it.
are 10 semifinalists, ladies and gentlemen. It is now up to our judges to decide which of them will join the 5 finalists.
That's correct. And of course, we would like to thank our judges. Your questions were very challenging indeed. We would like to thank, of course, Ma'am Ces Orenya Drilon, Ma'am Joyce Orenya, Sir Christopher Cachuela, Mrs. Arlene Magalong, and Sir Anthony R. De Leon.
Thank you very much. But you still have one more round to judge. So again, an international award winning classical dance group's 20th year. Please welcome the legendary Ballet Baguio.